There's a new phrase going around, sneaky dark cacao in the pocket. And for today's video, you're gonna find out what that really means. Today, we're gonna try countering a ton of arena teams. I'm also gonna use some teams that aren't exactly very standard. For example, using cookies like Mystic Flower and Cream Fruit. They got kicked by Marshmallow Bunny, but not anymore. We'll use Rockstar, who's less popular this season, but he's still good. And also, we're gonna use kiwi toppings. Wait, what? We're gonna start off by using this. At first, it may look like a completely normal Fire Spirit team. I'd consider it to be the strongest and most popular team. It has Hollyberry, Eternal Sugar, Shadow Milk, Fire Spirit, and Marshmallow Bunny. However, the team I'm using is actually not normal. That's because I'm using 2 kiwi toppings on my Hollyberry cookie. Wait a second, why kiwi toppings and not anything else? Aren't kiwi toppings supposed to suck? They give debuff resist. Well, the thing is, we want your HP to be lower than Eternal Sugars. That's why I'm also using almonds instead of peanuts. Shadow Milk targets the cookie with the lowest HP, excluding other Shadow Milks. We want the enemy's Shadow Milk to target her or Fire Spirit instead of our Eternal Sugar. Hollyberry can tank a bunch of hits, and Fire Spirit has a free revive. So the goal is to keep your Eternal Sugar alive. In order to achieve this, Eternal Sugar needs some peanut toppings. Okay, that's great and all, but why the kiwi toppings? Plus, isn't Shadow Milk's Shackles not affected by debuff resist? His skill, Puppet Show, says it's not affected by debuff resist, so isn't that kinda odd? Well, the point of the kiwi toppings is for Hollyberry to not get crowd controlled so much, maybe not by Shadow Milk, but by other cookies. And the really nice thing about kiwi toppings is that you only need 2. This is because the 2-piece set effect is massive. You get 10% debuff resist. The kiwi topping tart also gives way more debuff resist than the normal toppings, so that's why you should use 1 kiwi tart and 1 topping. Alright, now it's about time to do a real arena battle. Me and my opponent are using the exact same arena team, and this is supposed to be meant as a demonstration. The ultimate test to see if kiwis are good or not is to do a mirror match, so here we go. Since I didn't get steamrolled during that battle, that means kiwis really do work. So here's the toppings, I'm just gonna gloss over them. Pause the video if you want to copy them. But you may be wondering why my Marshmallow Bunny only has 20% amplify buff. Well, that's because my legendary costume bonds make up for it. So here's how to use a team. It's mostly a jack of all trades type of thing. You can use it against almost everything. Avoid double tank Stormbringer Hollyberry combos. And Mystic Flower and Dark Cacao, we'll get to that later. Anyways, there's 2 really popular arena teams right now. When you're in Grandmaster, you're gonna see a lot of these teams on defense. The first one's the Fire Spirit team I just showed you, and the second one's the Pure Vanilla team. It has Hollyberry, Eternal Sugar, Shadow Milk, PV, and Marshmallow Bunny. Today, we're gonna counter both of them. First, we're gonna focus on countering the Fire Spirit one. The best counter for it's using Hollyberry and Stormbringer in the same team. However, I never use it, and I disapprove of it, and here's why. Stormbringer needs a really high leveled Crystal Gem, like level 20 or 30. She also needs really high Ascensions to work. That's not free to play friendly at all, and I'm free to play, so I disapprove. Maybe I'll try it once I get a level 20 Crystal Gem, but for now, I'm staying away from it. Instead, I'm gonna use a free to play friendly alternative. In fact, this team works better for me. It's a Mystic Flower Cream Fruit team from the previous arena season. You may be wondering why I'd even bother using this, cause didn't Marshmallow Bunny kick both of them out of the meta? Like, Marshmallow Bunny's a direct upgrade of Cream Fruit, right? And Mystic Flower's better paired with Cream Fruit instead of Marshmallow Bunny, so that's why she got kicked out. Well, actually, they're good still, but only against one team. Mystic Flower counters the Fire Spirit team I showed earlier. The Fire Spirit team has no pure vanilla in it, so Mystic Flower increases their cooldown. Now let's try the team and see if it actually works. My opponent's using your average Fire Spirit team, so here we go. Alright, now it's time for the builds. Once again, all the toppings are pretty standard, so there's not much to, discuss here. So here's how to use a team. Only use it against Fire Spirit Marshmallow Bunny teams and nothing else. Now that we covered Mystic Flower, it's about time we talk about the sneaky Dark Cacao in the pocket. There's a new Dark Cacao team, and here it is. Hollyberry, Dark Cacao, Eternal Sugar, Shadow Milk, and Marshmallow Bunny. These 4 people on Discord helped me get the correct build for the team, and this guy's the one who came up with the phrase sneaky cacao in the pocket. So this team's meant to be as tanky as possible. That's why we're using the necklace, watch, and monocle. The reason why Dark Cacao's here is because he's sneaky. He applies injury to your enemies so they're more prone to exploding. In particular, he makes the enemy's Hollyberry explode. However, you must be extremely careful while using Dark Cacao. It only counters one single thing, and it's the Fire Spirit team from earlier. Wait a second, if it counters that same team as Mystic Flower and the Hollyberry Stormbringer combo, then which one should you use? So here's how it goes. If you're a whale or a pay-to-win, use a Stormbringer team. If you're free-to-play like me, use the Mystic Flower team. And if you're a true fan of Dark Cacao or your Dark Cacao's completely maxed out in promotions, then use the Dark Cacao team. Now let's try him against a really strong opponent. Dark Cacao's gonna sneakily apply injury to everyone, and then all the enemies die, so here we go. So here's how to build the team. It turns out everyone uses standard toppings, so it's not really that special. However, Dark Cacao uses 6 chocolate and a damage resist biscuit. There's no need to reach 35% cooldown though. So now it's time to counter the other really popular team. It's the one with Pure Vanilla and Marshmallow Bunny, along with Eternal Sugar, Shadow Milk, and Hollyberry. I like using the Stormbringer one-shot team against it. It also has Eternal Sugar, Shadow Milk, Fire Spirit, and Marshmallow Bunny. The nice thing about Stormbringer here is that she doesn't need a high-level crystal gem, and she doesn't need high promotions. We're also not using the Jelly Watch treasure, so this is definitely a one-shot comp. Let's try it against this opponent right here who's using Pure Vanilla. They also got a 6-star Shadow Milk, so this should be interesting. Wait, no, that's a bad thing. No, I don't want to fight this. Oh, whatever. Here's the builds for the team. I'm using some more raspberries than usual. The goal is to one-shot as many cookies as possible. Here's how to use a team. It counters Pure Vanilla, and that's pretty much it. On the bright side, I believe this team's the best way to counter PV as a free-to-play. Now it's time to counter another team. The Stormbringer Double Tank with Hollyberry, Eternal Sugar, Shadow Milk, and Marshmallow Bunny. I don't recommend using Fire Spirit Marsh or PV Marsh teams against it. Instead, you should use the only viable epic cookie, Rockstar. The Rockstar team also has Hollyberry, Eternal Sugar, Shadow Milk, and Fire Spirit in it. Rockstar is meant to tank a Shadow Milk shackle, die immediately, and then heal everyone. Let's go try him out now. This opponent's using the Stormbringer Hollyberry team, and Rockstar should counter it, so here we go. Here's the builds for the team, and nothing too spectacular about this. The builds for this team don't actually matter that much, but this is what I use. So this team's kind of a jack of all trades. It's most effective against Stormbringer Hollyberry double tanks. It's okay to use it on anything else if you really wanna, but I'd avoid pure vanilla teams with high promotions. So for this video, I'm not gonna talk about the pure vanilla team, cause you need really good stats to use it, and I don't like it. Pure vanilla gets my seal of disapproval. Anyways, that's all for this video, so yeah.